Chapter 8, The Naughtiest Boy in School. What are you going to do, Ryan? What? Said Sterling. Yes, what, Ryan, what? Said Scarlett. Sterling and Scarlett were brother and sister. They were not in year 6, they were in years 3 and 2. Most of their time was spent bothering Fred and Ellie Stone about computers and video games, but they bumped into Ryan coming out of assembly and they couldn't contain their curiosity. What do you mean, iBabies? Which was their nickname because they were young and obsessed with technology. Well, said Scarlett, you're the naughtiest boy in the school. She said it without any sense that it was a bad thing, more of a great sense of awe. Oh, I don't know about that, said Ryan, smiling bashfully. You are, said Sterling. We're the poll on Busy Bee. That would be some obscure website that no one else has ever heard of. Yeah, said Scarlett. So not a very big poll then? Oh, said Sterling, I suppose not. Just me and Scarlett and my mum voted. But you won anyway. You were voted naughtiest boy in Bracketwood history. And our best prankster too, said Scarlett. So, said Diona, appearing in the corridor behind them. If that's the case, Ryan, the new head's thrown you down a challenge and a half, I'd say. Okay. Well, don't worry. He bent his head down. The others bent theirs too. Ryan lowered his voice. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you what you're not going to do, Ryan, said Mr. Barrington. You're not going to be stopping to have a chat in the school corridors anymore. He raised a piece of paper, which he began to stick to the school notice board with drawing pins. He was doing it with an air of triumph, this'll teach you, boy who wrote about how I don't have a brain on my forehead, because talking in the corridors is banned from now on, by order of the new head. All children will move silently from one lesson to the next in a straight line. Failure to do so will lead to immediate detention, as will... Children gathered around Mr. Barrington as he continued to read out the list of new rules, pointing at the piece of paper as he went. Not wearing proper school uniform, so you'd better learn to do up your tie, Ryan. Ryan glanced down at his tie and shrugged. Also, continued Mr. Barrington, arriving 1 minute late for school, not having a pen or ruler to hand at all times, persistently turning around in class, persistently making any unnecessary or stupid noises in class, and thank you for learning all these new rules by heart, said Mr. Barrington, as the list is very, very hard to read if it's upside down. Ryan walked on. Mr. Barrington turned to the notice board, took his enormous glasses off and then put them back on again. And then he pinned the piece of paper with the new rules on the right way up.